There are three main world transcendental systems in this book. The first, wizards, first order grey-robed wizards, second order white-robed wizards, third order red-robed wizards, fourth order great wizards, fifth order true spirit wizards, sixth order titled wizards, seventh order regular wizards, and eighth order power wizards, 9 order origin wizard. The second article, knights, first order, second order, third order, fourth order grand knight, fifth order glorious knight, sixth order titled knight, seventh order throne knight. The third, the potion system, wizards and knights practice the secrets of truth. Professionals use potions to replace the core of the secrets of truth, reducing the difficulty of advancement, only practicing skills but not magic. In other words, the original potion system is the retreat of the magic tide. After that, the substitutes that people created in order to obtain extraordinary powers were also simplified versions derived from the roads of wizards and knights. For example, soldiers, fighters, fighters, fighters. This is simplified based on the secrets of knights. For example, swordsman, 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 sword master. For example, magic apprentice, fire maker, fire mage, fire master, flame child, flame saint. There are mainly these three systems in the main world. Other systems can basically be ignored. Either they belong to a particular race, or they are too incomplete, and there will be very few. Source PowerPoint, first order 0/2, second order 2/4, third order 4 to 8, fourth order 8/16, fifth order 50 to /100, tier 6 500/1000, tier 7 fundamental source power is 10 to 108th level 1000 fundamental source power or more. Among them, ordinary source power points have strong world attributes, and the protagonist only needs those in the main world and cannot be collected in other worlds. The fundamental source power is universal and can be obtained in other worlds. There are always some friends who read that the system is too vague, so I sent a single chapter to explain. In fact, I thought it was better to read slowly and show slowly. Take a leave today. Ask for leave. 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 Ask for a leave and sort out your thoughts. Ask for leave. The storm gradually stopped, just as the clouds and rain had cleared. The golden sunlight once again reflected on the sea, sparkling, and people had to sigh the impermanence of wind and rain. Sir Link, this sea navigation is really not easy. On the deck of the three-masted galleon, Sean Montel, the first heir to the Montel family, looked at the sea and couldn't help expressing his emotions. Even though Sean had taken a boat in his previous life, it was only offshore, and the boat he was on was also a steel giant, which was completely different from the sailing ship at hand. After hearing Sean's emotions, he was wearing a gentleman's uniform and holding a mahogany-paved gentleman's cane. Sir Link with a mustache and 2 mustaches said, "Sir Sean, life at sea is like this, but we have already crossed the Watcher Strait. If everything goes well, we should be able to reach the pioneer city of Memphitos in the New World in about 7 or 8 days." The voice is low, and Sir Link may be trying to comfort Sean, but the words are simple and direct, which is very different from the general aristocratic accent. In this regard, Sean expressed his understanding. After all, this Sir Link is different from the ordinary traditional nobles. He is a vassal of the Montier family. He leads the marine fleet of the Montier family and travels between the old and new continents and spends time at sea. It's far more time than on land. Under such circumstances, Sir Link's words are inevitably contaminated with the atmosphere of the sea, just like in Sean's eyes now that Link is dressed like a gentleman in the kingdom of Sudelt, but he is dark. His skin, weather-beaten face, and calloused hands all revealed his difference. "Sir Link, you have been traveling between the old and new continents for a long time. I wonder if you can give me any pointers on this trip to the New World." Hearing these words, Link didn't move his expression, and then he muttered slightly before speaking, "Sir Sean, the Montier family's pioneering territory in the New World has gone through 5 years of construction, and the infrastructure is complete. Sir Ilika, the clerk of the territory, knows more about specific things than I can. The only thing I can remind you is, there is only the black market in Memphis. Black market. Hearing this word, Sean couldn't help being a little surprised. Yes, Sir Sean, is the black market. Unlike the transcendence in the kingdom, transcendence is almost a semi-public matter in the New World, and this gave birth to the black market. Oh, since that's the case, I'm going to have a look at that time. His eyes flowed, the azure blue pupils showed interesting colors, and Sean had to admit that he was tempted. Sean had never heard of the black market in the kingdom of Sudilt. I don't know if it doesn't exist or it's hidden deep. It's a pity that he also searched for similar places at the beginning, but he didn't get anything. In the end, he could only stop it, and now he got it by accident. After receiving the news, Sean will naturally not miss it. After all, his cheats have a big demand for extraordinary resources. Thinking of the black market, thinking of his golden finger, Sean's thoughts could not help but fly away. He has been in this world for more than 3 years. He has adapted to the current life, although the living conditions are much worse than in the previous life. There is no games and no small children. Video, but as a nobleman, he can also enjoy many things that he could not enjoy before, and he does not need to check in at work, and he is running around for food and drink. Isn't this kind of life bad? What's more, he still has his own golden finger alien door. Looking at Sean, who was obviously distracted, Link didn't speak anymore, but stood quietly on the side, like a statue. For Sean, the first heir to the Montel family, Link maintains the respect he deserves. After all, although this heir has nothing to do with success, there is nothing ridiculous, and he is considered a well-formed and qualified heir. The sea breeze was slightly smoked, and after regaining his senses, he glanced at Sir Link standing beside him, and Xiao En's handsome face showed a smile. It was night. After sending away the beautiful maid, Sean lay on the bed and fell into contemplation, or to be more precise, into his own golden fingers. A grey stone gate stands in the void, with nothing around it, without any reference, which makes people wonder where it is. What is even more strange is that this grey stone gate has only a door frame without a door panel, which is the least like a door. Door. Spiritual cohesion. Without stopping, Sean walked directly through the grey stone door frame. Outside the door frame, there is nothingness around it. Inside the door frame, although the surrounding area is still empty, there are 9 more bubbles of different sizes. 9? Isn't it 8? It wasn't until this time that Sean realized that his golden finger had contained another item unknowingly. In this regard, Sean couldn't help feeling a bit of surprise, although he had known that his gold finger containment items depended on recklessness, and were often unreliable, such as the dirt floating in a bubble at this moment and the wild dog in a bubble. The leg bones, but there are also extraordinary things. For example, he obtained the seeds of the devil fruit tree, the founding tree species he used to practice the secret of the wizard, the secret of nature, and he wanted to exchange it but failed to achieve it. Some of his practice notes are still floating in bubbles at this moment. Spiritual rotation. Even though I know I can't afford to change it, it's okay to take a look. Soon, Sean found this new bubble. And seeing what was inside, Sean's spirituality couldn't help but stagnate for a while. Reading www.yuyuganshu.com. The bubble floated in the air, and there was a corpse lying inside, but it was different from ordinary human corpses. This corpse was 4 meters tall and looked like a little giant with a big hole in its abdomen, which seemed to be alive. Pierced. Of course, if only this were the case, Sean would be surprised, but he would not be spiritually stagnated. What really surprised Sean about this corpse was that it had an iconic crescent-shaped white beard. After several confirmations, Xiao En still couldn't believe it. He couldn't help but penetrate his spirituality into the bubbles, and soon received feedback from the gate of the other world. Dead body, a corpse of a pirate from another world on the verge of shattering. He may have been stronger once, but now it is just a living corpse. 34. Source PowerPoints. Seeing this evaluation, Sean was no longer confused. This corpse was indeed a white-bearded corpse. Like the demon fruit tree seeds he had exchanged, it all came from the One Piece world. After confirming the identity of the corpse, Sean diverged spiritually, and couldn't help but think of the purpose of this corpse. Was it used to make puppets or directly transform ghouls? Of course, this was only a momentary matter, and Sean soon woke up. After all, he had no source of strength. Through these years of exploration, Sean has only found two ways to obtain the source power point. One is to absorb the source power from the strange things, and the other is to kill the extraordinary, and both of them are very good under the situation of extraordinary hiding. Hard to achieve. The source of Sean's exchange for demon fruit tree seeds was that he used the power of the Montel family to make it hard, and after the exchange, his balance was only 0.5. In this regard, Sean's only feeling is that it is fortunate that he is a nobleman.